Welcome back to Channel On. Today marks the 10-year anniversary of my channel. It was 10 years ago today that I uploaded how to build a toy truck. Last week at this time, on December 11th, it was the day that I created the channel, and a week later I uploaded how to build a toy truck. So what I thought I'd do now is just kind of show you a little behind the scenes of how I keep this channel going. So basically this is my stage that you've all seen me work around, doing little how-to videos and some showing you how different things work and maybe review and whatnot. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you kind of a little bit behind the scenes. So basically what we have is, as I come around the front of the stage here, this is my heating system, and then a lot of catch-all cables that I may be needing and so forth. And then we come over here and you can see what I'm using for equipment. Basically I'm using the iPad, still using the iPad, wide angle lens, the Rode microphone and so forth. Tripods, I'm not sure what the brand on these tripods are, but there's stuff I had picked up and had to do a little repairs on them. This may look a little familiar to you, the elevator. This is not an actual elevator that you may have seen some of my videos. This is a prop that I had built. So if we open it up, when I'm not using it as an elevator, I'm actually using it for storage. And sometimes I'll actually use this for dubbing sound and that type of thing, because it's a nice area for doing that as well. So we have that there. I can change the floors just by changing these little boards here of what floor I'm at to give the illusion that I'm on a different floor and so forth. So that's a lot of fun as well. But I haven't done a lot with it lately, but I can control all these lights and so forth. When it comes to lighting, I'm just using whatever I can get my hands on. These lights here came from Home Depot. They were all basically on sale. They were mismatched, but I made them all work for what I wanted. As far as the security systems, people have asked me what I use for a security system. It's the same ones that I've shown you online and so forth, and I have a nice little security system here for what it's worth. When we go into the other part of the studio, this is probably my favorite area here, and you may have seen me in here a lot when I actually work on my toy trucks, is the little shop here for basically all the woodworking tools. Not a whole lot of grease and stuff like that, just the woodworking tools. So I have my lathes and my sanders and all the tools that I need, all my patterns for my trucks. I have my sanding unit here, dust collecting unit that pulls out all the dust and so forth. So you've seen this set quite a bit. And same thing, you know, the lights and stuff like that you see here is the same thing that I've used in the other area and so forth. Right on the other side of that is my electronics bench, and this is where I do a lot of my props, rebuilding or fixing or whatever it is, trying to get things ready for either a short film that I'm doing, or I'm getting ready for a video to show you how to fix something. A lot of times I'll try to repair here first just to speed things up, so when I show you, you're not waiting a long time for me to get through that. So that's pretty much it for equipment, and as far as rooms and that kind of stuff, not a whole lot that's that impressive. This is kind of a catch-all area here where I keep some of my props, keep the different Channel Ron shirts and so forth. I keep that stuff here. What I don't keep here, I keep in the prop trailer that I'll show you another time along with my backlot and so forth. So that's pretty much it for the behind the scenes of my channel. Again, this is something that I just thought I'd kind of show off. It's nothing spectacular, but it's really helped me an awful lot. So again, this is basically what I would be looking at right here. Now sometimes I will have a monitor so I can make sure that I'm in frame, but for the most part I kind of know exactly where I need to be on that. Okay, well, so what we'll do is we'll head on over into the other part of the building. I'm sorry, in another building, and then once we get through that building, then I'm going to take you downtown where I do all my editing. And over here, I call this Studio B, is where I do a lot of my mechanical stuff. So you may have seen me in the last 10 years do a lot of stuff over here. It didn't always look like this. I had made a lot of changes, especially with the walls and the trim and so forth. But I'm using the iPad again. I got the softbox lights that I have, a couple of floor lights, and I'll have the light up overhead. Sometimes I'll pull that down. I've actually got a green screen that I can pull down if I wanted to do something there. But this is basically where I do a lot of the mechanical stuff that you see over the years. So not a whole lot to show here, because I think you pretty much have seen everything that I've always done, just because I really cover a lot of different areas here when I'm working on something. So I'm downtown at my office. I'm about 7 miles away from my studios. The only disadvantage is if I forget to film something, I have to go all the way back to get some B-roll. So I really make sure I get everything that I need before I come here. So basically what I have going on here is I'm running a software called Power Director. And the reason why I'm running that is I was using iMovie for years. I really liked it, but I finally needed to pay for a software, and Power Director seemed to be the best fit for me for what I am doing. There's a lot of great programs out there, but this is what works for me. So it's just like any other editing software. I have everything happening here, and I can preview what's happening over here. This screen up here is basically connected to this computer over here. So when I'm researching stuff, like for instance, I just got done doing the Power Owl battery charger, and I can bring it up over here, and then I can have it on this same screen right here, so I can enter the information in here on my video. It just makes things a little bit easier. This machine is not connected to the internet. It's completely separate, so I don't have to worry about viruses and that type of thing. I'm sure I probably could still get them, but it just gives me some security that way of not having it online. So again, I grab all of my information, I can put it on there. This machine here is where I do all my uploading and where I do all my channel maintenance for the channel run. Over here is where I do a lot of my editing for audio. So if I have to dub in some audio, or if I'm doing a voiceover, I'll use these computers here for that. And that seems to work very well. Now I know a lot of people don't need all this stuff. They do a lot of great videos with just one computer, but I like having the flexibility of using what I have here. Generally, I don't have the overhead lights on. I just have my lamps on just so I can focus on it. It just helps me focus on the editing of the video. So nothing special here. I have a Dell that I'm actually running on. I have some backups. I have a security camera outside my door. We have a bit of problem with homeless down in this area here, so I kind of want to make sure that it's safe to go outside. Over here I have a little bit of a stage that if I want to do some videos, I did one live video and I've done a couple of videos using this area right here, so I can set up a nice little background and so forth. Work with a little bit of green screen once in a while. Radio, my internet. I do have an exercise bike. I do use that once in a while if I'm compiling a video, try to get a little exercise, because as you know, when you're sitting down for a long period of time, you get lame, so it's important to have that. So that's pretty much it for behind the scenes on my editing station, so to speak, where I get a lot of this done. So there we go. Okay, well there it is. That's pretty much it. I've shown you this studio here. I've shown you the other studio where I do all my mechanical work and so forth. And then I took you downtown and I showed you where I do all my editing. And basically I need all three of these areas to keep the channel going. Maybe this summer when it's nicer outside, I'll take you on my back lot and I'll show you the vehicles that I use, and I'll show you where I keep all my props as well. Well, thanks an awful lot for watching, and thank you very much for supporting my channel over the last 10 years, and I hope to continue on as long as I possibly can.